Hi, my
Hi.
name is Alhefeiti.
And,
I'm a mechanical engineer.
and I'm a Fatmah graduate engineer, piping.
What brought me to engineering? I think it's a little bit of a funny story because I'm actually so fascinated about like how things work. Going around with my screwdriver, I have deassembled everything you can think about: microwave, projectors, everything. So yeah, this is what got me into engineering, and especially mechanical engineering.
Funny story that I have the same starting point. I was in my senior year. I was going to school with my screwdriver in my pocket to fix every blocking doors in the schools. Then actually when I graduated, I asked them to please, no more money, no more gold. I need just a motor, a car motor. I want to deassemble it and see how it's work inside.
Oh, nice.
So that's my start. Yeah, that's my entry point to mechanical engineering. How is it your first day into Petrofac, or your first day into your first job?
Like, it was my first job. Will I do good in it? I had like so many questions. And but the great thing about Petrofac, we had a graduate program, and that all these questions were answered in that graduate program. So I'm really thankful for having that thing at the beginning of our journey.
Because I'm a first generation into private sector, so I expected things to be more difficult than it was. It was really, I was surprised with the welcoming environment. I was surprised how people like invested in me, giving us our time. If I have any silly questions, they're like, okay, come up, Fatmah, and I will answer.
That's the great thing about
That's the great
Petrofac.
thing.
I think in the UAE, it's not difficult to be a lady in engineering.
Yes,
Thank God we're so supported here. But let me like tell you one of the stories that I have faced like outside the UAE. So I was like presenting one of my papers.
MashaAllah.
So like when I have entered the conference, you know, the ladies were maybe 2 to 3% of the audience, the whole audience, and you could see from the faces of everybody, the guys are looking at us like, like how come you are? It's engineering, so it's supposed to be a male dominant sector. So, but like here we don't feel so. It was like a kind of a culture shock for me to have like engineering is a male dominant thing. Here in the UAE, it's not actually. So we see like many women, many ladies are part of the engineering sector. So I was like, let us wait for the presentation part so you can see why UAE have sent us 2 girls to this conference. And after the presentation, they were like amazed about what we have done.
When we presented our graduate program, it was also a room full of male.
Yeah.
And it was looking down at us. I'm like, no, we don't have that look in UAE.
Exactly.
Everyone is cheering up. Everyone is cheering up. It's like, oh, you are a graduate. You have published this paper. But maybe it's different outside of UAE. But alhamdulillah, we don't suffer.
Well, you feel a little bit special that you are the only girl there, but still they make you feel that you are interrupting their small space. But you have to interrupt that space so you can be recognized there. So actually in this country, they don't focus on our weakness. They enhance our strength. So I think we're both lucky to be Emirati. We're so lucky to be one. But I feel like you have paved the way for for your sibling, even your family, to understand that this kind of companies, or Petrofac especially, that it's a good place for us ladies to work in.
Now they are a little bit open about someone getting a job from Dubai, or even in the private sector itself. Like they are really open now after they saw my experience for the past year. Everything is provided, everything is there. So when I got the offer for Petrofac, they sat down with me. Like, are you feeling the environment, the place you are going? Are you feeling good? Is there a good feeling in that place? In the interview, do you feel like you will be in a protective place? Is it safe? Is it everything?
I think like all families want to be you being protected.
Yes.
It's all the perspective from them.
And alhamdulillah, they approved. We have the culture of they will try to protect you, but they trust you. They say, okay, go, get the knowledge, get whatever you need. Like,
I
we
think
trust
clearing
you,
this misunderstanding is really great for us. By the way, it's the 9th Emirati Women's Day. Happy Emirati Women's Day. Actually, women in the UAE has always been celebrated. We celebrate Emirati Women's Day every single day. I think every single day, in each Emirati Women's Day, they highlight what's needed to be done, and they keep improving every single day, every single year, and we're really thankful for it.
So it's giving a platform to women to share her struggles.
I have noticed we just needed to involve men with us so they can just understand what we're going through, and once they have understood these things, they are really supported us in every single step that we are taking, as a sister, as a mother, as even a colleague. They just needed that involvement with us so they can support us. So that's what I like about Emirati Women's Day.
For me, actually, I came from engineering family, but all of them are men.
Okay.
I am the first female engineer, so I really give them the other side of the world, the other side of the field.
Okay.
And also, I'm an oldest daughter to brothers. I am the only girl. I always try to give them how it is to be an engineer, as a female engineer. They can have a view, or they can have a vision in the future to their wives, their kids.
Well, we always have that thing that whenever we enter a room that is full of men, and in a meeting or anything, we feel that, my God, I have to do really great in this because I am representing
all women. So celebrating Emirati Women's Day should involve men and women.
Yeah, I do really agree with that. We have to involve men in this kind of conversation. Men should be present because they would understand more of what's going on around this kind of conversation or these kind of days. In one of Emirati's Day that I have attended, I felt that men feel that they're not welcome in that day. I was like, whenever I see any of them, it's okay, please come in.
Not invited.
They are invited, but they feel that it is only for women.
Yes.
But we need to emphasize more that it's involving all of us so we can make a better future.
They usually have a different view of us. They could give us another perspective of things that we couldn't notice or couldn't see. So in my first day, I was really looking for someone to is there any female that completed a lot of year here? Then I spot you. I'm like, oh, she's the one. I have to keep an eye on her. So do you have any advice to me you can give me as a graduate?
Okay, so my advice is never take no for an answer.
That's a good one.
Because if you really wanted to do something, you will definitely find a way to it. Since you have found the motivation and inspiration in me and my other colleagues here in the company, what kind of other motivation and inspiration you want to give to the next generation after you?
I will give the graduates the reassurance that everywhere you will find an Emirati woman that will support you and motivate you like I found mine.
Oh.
So it was a great chat. That I really needed, by the way.
Oh.
And let me have the pleasure to invite you for a coffee.
Well, I don't drink coffee.
And I don't take a no for an answer.